hearing to determine if we wish to place those on the ballot. And then we need to discuss the final report for our work over the past several months. So we had asked Steve to look into the legality of one of the issues. So he will speak to the issue regarding the reorganization of the Economic Development Office to be put into the Department of Land.
And as you will recall, in Chuck's letter, he indicated that there was a charter provision.
I'm sorry, can you turn that on?
I can't hear. I mean, can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Well, I can't hear here. I'm in the public. I can't hear. So if I can't hear, what's the point of me being here?
I'm sorry. Could you turn the air conditioning back on?
Well,
I'll speak up loud. Thank you. You can pull the chair closer just like me. No problem.
As you will recall, Chuck wrote in his letter that there was a charter provision in which he or a person working for him cited, saying that if there are to be reorganizations in the city government, that they are to be proposed either by the mayor to the council, or the council to the mayor, and if they cannot reach agreement, then they come before the Charter Commission. And I went back and I researched the origins of that, and it was as I had suspected, was inserted by a former Charter Commission, not by the Commission itself, but privately proposed that, as a way of attempting to encourage the two branches of the city government to work together on reorganizations and to ideally get them on the same page. So, and that it's to happen as a prior step to charter commissions taking these matters up. So I think that what was stated in Chuck's letter is correct, that it is something that the mayor ought to propose to the city council, and that if the city council doesn't act on it favorably, then it's an appropriate matter for the mayor to then bring back to a charter commission if he so inclined. So I think that my legal recommendation to you would be that that's how it should be disposed of, and not included as one of the matters for this upcoming election.
Let me ask a direct question, if I may. Can the Charter Commission propose it for the ballot and then pass and vote for it without this step?
Not legally, in my opinion.
That's what I want. That just sort of clears it up for me. Not a recommendation that we do it otherwise. You're suggesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
not.
sorry, I'm not being clear.
Be really clear about
Yeah.
that. Okay.
That's right. I mean, what I wanted to look at, and what I did look at, is did this affect any power that the Charter Commission is granted under the state statutes? And I gave that a good deal of thought. And without getting into all the theory, I'll just give you a little bit of the theory. New York State's charter municipalities have the ability to control their property, affairs, and government. And in controlling their property and affairs and government, the most fundamental aspect of that is organization of government, the interplay between the two branches, three branches, in this case the two branches of government. And the charter commissions are definitely given the authority to make proposals regarding the structure of government, because that's certainly what the charter deals with. But there is also acknowledgement that it is the charter itself that establishes that structure of government and can require that a way of dealing with the structure is to require the two branches to try to come together as a prerequisite to it being given to a charter commission. So if the only exception that I could see as a little crack in the door is if the charter commission itself had determined that there ought to be a reorganization of the city, or whatever that reorganization may be. I don't believe that the charter commission is precluded from ever looking at an organizational issue, but this one clearly came from the mayor. This was the mayor's request. And at that point, the charter is explicit that the mayor's got to go to the city council, or if it comes from the city council, they have the power, by the way, to form their own charter commission. They couldn't do the same thing. They couldn't refer it to a city-appointed charter commission without going to the mayor first. So unless this would have been generated from within the Yonkers Charter Commission as a part of your determination that government needed to be reorganized, the way it's been done in the past, it's a strong mayor form of government brought in. The Yonkers Charter Commission was able to do that as an example, and there have been others. But if it comes from the mayor after this particular provision is put in the charter, he's got to go and exhaust his remedies, if you want to put it in legal terms, and go to the city council.
So hearing legal counsel's advice, does anyone wish to propose as a motion that we proceed with this reorganization being placed on the ballot? Hearing none, issue is dead. Moving to the second issue. The second issue that we were discussing for the ballot was making the capital budget and the operation budget be voted on, or excuse me, being approved on concurrently and by June 1st. The June 1st portion is already a part of the charter. Both budgets are supposed to be voted on and completed by June 1st. That has not happened recently. What the Charter Revision Commission, what we have placed on the website for public comment for the public hearing, was the making of them being concurrent. We heard from the council president, Chuck Lesnick, in person, where he read into record his statement, and we heard last public hearing from councilperson Dennis Robertson. The additional, what I asked for at the last meeting was to allow myself to go and get some additional information regarding the process that is used to determine the capital budget. And what I've learned is that the council can vote on a budget, on the capital budget, choosing the projects and prioritizing. So they weren't limited to what may have been thought based on the information we had, was a zero budget or the one that the mayor proposed, and that's it. They could actually choose project by project. In the past instance, it was $98 million, and Dennis Robertson said he didn't want to vote on a $98 million budget, and that was part of the delay process.